Hello students, today we'll continue with the next chapter of microeconomics. Today we will understand the branches of economics, since the subject matter of economics is divided into micro and macroeconomics. The term microeconomics is derived from the Greek word micros, meaning small, and the term macroeconomics from macros, meaning large. Before the formulation of the general theory of employment by Keynes in the year 1936, economists like Adam Smith, Marshall, Ricardo, etc. laid more stress on microeconomics. Microeconomics is also called the price theory, and macroeconomics is called the income theory. Micro means a millionth part. Microeconomics thus deals with a small part of a small component of the national economy of a country. Under this, problems related to individual industries, firms, markets, and other economic units are extensively assessed and studied. In words of Professor Bolding, microeconomics is the study of particular firms, particular households, individual price, wages, income, and particular commodities. In the circular flow of economic activities in the communities, microeconomics deals with the flow of economic resources or factors of production from the business firms to households. Microeconomics studies the composition of such flows and how the price of goods and services in the flow are determined. For example, if we are analyzing demand in microeconomics, it is the demand of an individual or that of an industry that is studied, and not the aggregate demand of the whole community. Thus, microeconomics seeks to determine the mechanism by which the different economic units attain the position of equilibrium, proceeding from the individual units to a narrowly defined group. The scope of microeconomics can be understood if we try to answer the four economic questions. What goods are to be produced and in what quantity? How the goods are to be produced? How the goods and services shall be distributed among the people, whether the production of goods and their distribution for consumption is efficient. Under microeconomics, we study three aspects: the product pricing, the factor pricing, which is also known as the theory of distribution, and the theory of economic welfare. Under product pricing, we would study the theory of demand, the theory of production and cost. Under factor pricing, wages, rent, interest, and profit are to be considered. And the theory of economic welfare considers economics as it looks after the economic welfare of the people. Macroeconomics studies the theory of income and employment, the theory of general price level and inflation, the theory of fluctuation, that is the business cycles, the theory of economic growth, and the theory of international trade. Macroeconomics gives a bird's eye view of the economy as a whole. Economic problems are related to the behavior of total income, output, employment, and general price level in the economy. These variables can be statistically measured and with the help of macroeconomics. In the formulation of economic policies of the economy, macroeconomic analysis is very significant. Governments actively participate in the economic affairs of the country. Thus, they have to deal with the masses of individuals and not only with single individuals. Accurate and reliable statistics are required for the formulation of sound economic policies. Macroeconomics explains the factors which determine the economic growth and points out the causes of slowdown in productivity. Macroeconomic models show that increase in rate of savings and investment and improvement in technology are important for economic growth. Its theories show that lack of growth in aggregate demand may hinder the process of growth in the economy. Thus, it provides us an understanding about achieving a self-sustained economic growth. Macroeconomic helps businesses or their managers to understand the various decision-making processes, the overall situation of the economy, that is national income system. All these make up the overall business environment which affects the decisions of the manager. Let us now understand the difference between micro and macroeconomics. Microeconomics studies the individual firm, household, product or consumption. Macroeconomics studies the whole economy, the total production and total consumption. Microeconomics studies optimum allocation of resources. Macroeconomics studies full employment and growth of resources. Microeconomics studies, it determines the price, consumers' equilibrium, inflation, etc. Macroeconomics does not determine any national income or national income and trade cycles. Microeconomics is based on partial equilibrium and macroeconomics is based on general equilibrium. Microeconomics is concerned with rational human behaviors and macroeconomics is based on aggregate output in the economy. Under microeconomics, it is considered as a static analysis. In case of macroeconomics, it is concerned as a dynamic analysis.